My name is Chanel. Some people call me Channel. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm working towards becoming a dog trainer. I'm working with dogs my whole life and really started teaching obedience with this guy. This is Roman. He's a 2-year-old Dutch Shepherd. I adopted him from a shelter a couple years ago and he's just been a delight. He's taught me a lot and I've learned a lot from him. So we have a great relationship. But today I'm going to talk about how I taught him how to do the touch command, which depending on what trainers or what people you talk to, touch has a few different meanings. Some people will say touch and their dogs will touch their nose to their hand or a certain object that they're holding. But for me, I wanted him to touch a touch pad. So a lot of trainers that I was watching and learning from, they typically just use their dog's food bowl. It's usually the rubber ones, not the metal, but this is just what I use. Essentially, you just flip the bowl upside down, place it on the ground, have your dog touch with just their front feet on the bowl, and that's it. But when I started training him, this was just a little too intimidating. It was too tall for him and he wasn't comfortable with that. So I did something a little bit unconventional. I had a frying pan, just like this one, which is a lot more shallow. It's about 2 inches versus that's about 4. So I just flipped this thing upside down, laid it in the grass, and that's how I started teaching him. And he caught on really quickly because it wasn't so high and it was just an easier transition. So, I mean, there's a lot of great dog training tools out there that you can do amazing things with, but depending if you're just wanting to work on tricks and stuff, you don't need them. Use what you have, get creative, and think outside the box. Like, I don't think many people think a frying pan is a dog training tool, but I made it one. So since I'm inside, I don't want to scratch my floor demonstrating this, so I'm going to use something that's also unconventional, which is settable bed sheets. I'm not using these anymore, and they're in the bag that they came in, so that will be perfect for this demonstration. So basically with the touch, you want your dog's front feet only. You can teach your dog to put all 4, but depending on how big they are, it might be a little difficult. You want their front feet to touch this spot, and it's not necessarily a skill dogs need to have, but it's a fun one. It's a fun one to teach, and it helps if you want to work on your dog's heel, if you're working on a more focused, competitive obedience style heel where you want their chest upright, their head is up, they're looking at you, they're engaged. This helps teach them that body position versus just kind of walking next to you all slumped over. They're up, they're alert, they're looking at you, they're ready to train. So this is kind of the process of how I taught him using a frying pan. So Roman, let's go. Come on. Good boy. So basically how I started out, I've got a treat pouch here that just has this kibble in it, and I'm going to do what's called luring. So you'll see him follow the treat that's in my hand, and he knows what I want from him, so he's already kind of doing what I'm asking without me saying anything. But luring is basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're using the treat to guide your dog, and it's a great tactic to teach a dog a new skill, because you're physically manipulating is not the word really that I want to use, but you're physically putting them into the position that you're asking them to do. So Roman, come here. So I'm going to lure him onto this. He's going to touch, and I say, good, good. And you'll notice I use good and yes when I reward. Good means that I want him to continue doing what he's doing and he'll get rewarded, versus yes will release him from whatever command I'm having him do. So come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Good. Good. Now that's good versus yes. He's released from touching the pad and he is allowed to come get the treat from me, and that's very important. So that's how I started out. A lot was just with the luring. Anytime he just got near the pad, I would reward him, and then he eventually realized I wanted him to get on top of the touch pad, and so he picked it up really quickly. I used the frying pan for about 20 minutes. After that, we upgraded to his bowl, which is taller, and he picked it up. He did great, and now his touch pad is actually this step stool right here, which you can see is a much higher platform, but it's all about progression. I couldn't have taught him to use that right off the bat because it's just so much taller. He's not used to it. He's uncomfortable, but I'm going to continue to lure him using the sheets, and we'll show you how he progresses. But okay, Roman, come. Come here. Good touch. Good. Good touch. Okay, come here. And I'm going to lure him off just to get more reps in. Good touch. Good. Good job. Good. Good. Good touch. Good. Good touch. Good. Yes. Good job. Okay, come here. Come here. Good. Good touch. Good. Good job, buddy. Good. Good. Come. Good. Good touch. Good boy. Good. Come here. Good. Good touch. Yes. Good boy. Good. Hey. Hey. Focus. Come here. Good. Good touch. Good. Good touch. Good. Good boy. Good. Good touch. Good. Good job. Come here. Good. Good touch. Yes. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good. Good touch. Good. Good boy. Come on. Good. Good. Good touch. Good boy. Good. Yes. Good job. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good. Good touch. Good job. Good boy. Good. Now, I'll show you what he uses when we train outside. And it's funny, he automatically does it. I think he loves it, I love doing it, and he knows he gets rewarded heavily whenever he does it because it's something I've encouraged in him a lot. So whenever we go train outside, that's the first thing he does is run over to his stool, and he touches his front feet on there, he's ready to go. And I like that. I like the focus, the engagement. He knows what I expect of him. He's a great dog. That's what you want out of a dog. So, like I said, this is great for getting a more engaged, focused heel out of your dog and teaching them the body position you want them in, but also rear end awareness, getting them to be able to control their back legs separate from their front legs, because that's actually not a natural thing for dogs to do. It has to be taught, it has to be conditioned. So this is a great way to do that, and I will show you how I taught him. He heels on my right side. I know that's not, come here, good heel. He heels on my right side. That's not like the traditional dog training philosophy, but it's what I do. I mean, rules, there really aren't any rules with dog training, just whatever you feel like. And I'm right-handed, so it's just natural for me. But so I use spatial pressure. Good heel. Good job. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. You can see my body's not touching his, but because I'm getting closer to him and he knows that I want him in this position, he's moving with me to maintain that heel, which is at my right side, upright, focused, looking at me. Good, keep going. Good. Good job. Good heel. Good heel. Up. Good. He's moving a little slower than normal because this floor is a little bit more slippery than grass, but come on, let's go, let's go, come on, good boy, good job, good heel, good heel, son, good heel, good, yes, good boy, and now I can say go touch, good, go touch, good job, buddy. And now I'm trying to get him used to going the opposite direction. Hey, come here, touch. And so normally we go to my right, now we're gonna go this way. Good, come on, come on, come on, let's go, good job. Come on, keep going, come on, good job, good boy, come on, good boy, Bubba, good. Boy, yeah. Good boy. Good. So that's how we made our progress. He picks up on things quickly. I mean, it's very common for his breed. They're highly trainable. But like I said, he used the frying pan for about 15 minutes. Then we went to his bowl, and by day 2, I just tried the step stool, and he picked up on it really quickly, and now I can get him to touch on a park bench, a rock when we're out at the lake. I can get him to touch whatever it is that I want. And like I said, it's not necessarily a skill your dog needs to have, but it's just a fun one to train. And my concern or my goal is to just maintain his obedience, but also make it fun for the both of us. And he makes me laugh every time he runs up to his step stool